Let me ask, did you support Nelson Mandela?
I supported Nelson Mandela. Actually, I came from a very conservative family who was very against my support of the ANC and Nelson Mandela. And in my upcoming book, I actually speak about how I had the great pleasure to work with him in 1994 in crafting the ANC election strategy. And he was certainly a humanitarian who I respect. A lot of people try and paint him poorly. I think he tried to do the right thing, although I think both him and the ANC gave in far too much to white interests. And I hold that view today.
But Nelson Mandela was a communist, a socialist, and the blacks who did not agree with him, he would take them and take a rubber tire, put it around their necks, and set it afire to the blacks. Were you in support of that?
That is actually incorrect, and I'm not even going to respond to that. That
Why
is actually
not?
incorrect.
Because that
Actually,
did happen.
if this program is ever flighted in South Africa, I think there's going to be an outcry about what you've just said, and I find that very hurtful that you would debase a man who was in prison for 27 years and was extremely kind to everybody.
But
That
he
you
was a
would
socialist. He was a communist. He wasn't kind. He was an evil man.
actually, he was an evil man.
Yes. Why
Oh,
would you
okay.
support an evil communist?
Look, I think you're probably trying to get a provocative program, and
No, I'm not. I'm
you know,
just asking questions. You said you.
I can't believe that as a religious person that you claim to be, that you would hold that belief. And Nelson Mandela wasn't a communist, actually. He was quite a liberal person, but there were certainly people within the ANC that were communists. And in fact, my personal favorite was Chris Hani, who was assassinated by a white foreigner in his driveway. And he should have been, I believe, he would have made a better president of South Africa. We are not scared of communism in South
So
Africa.
are you a communist?
We are not scared of. I would describe myself as a. Actually, I have a friend in proudly in the British Communist Party. He's actually a Nigerian person living in Britain. And we were discussing the differences of communism, socialism, and he gave me a very nice term that I'm proudly would associate with, which is I'm a revolutionary socialist, because I've seen that capitalism has not served Africa well. And if you had been to Africa, which I'm not sure you have been, you would see that capitalism has kept people in chains long after independence.
And so you would
So
call yourself a socialist, not a communist, but you're a
I'm
socialist.
extremely, yes, I believe in, if I had to say where I am on the political spectrum, I would say I'm a Pan-Africanist socialist.
That's
And I
amazing.
believe that's, and I believe that South Africa and Africa need that orientation.
So is
And
communism good or evil?
I think that the system of communism and socialism is far more human than that of capitalism, which is based on profits, not people.
It was supposed to be that way. Let me ask, do you have white privilege?
Absolutely. I
Eh,
have
eh,
white privilege.
What's your white
Like
privilege?
I let me quote from myself, like every person, past, future, and present, I am a child of privilege. Even if I don't, even if I lived in the most terrible of circumstances, my white skin still allows me privileges in South Africa
Really?
that African people aren't afforded. So, of course,
What's
every white
wrong
person
with
is privileged.
what's wrong with the blacks that they need white women and white people or to feel sorry for them and help them get along and feel bad for them. What's wrong with the blacks that around the world they're not able to do for themselves? The men are weak, the women are whining, the children are out of control, and the white people feel so sorry for the blacks. What's wrong with the blacks that they can't get up and do for themselves?
Well, I don't. My revolutionary politics is not born out of pity or feeling sorry. I also believe that white allies are extremely unreliable. I subscribe to the view of Malcolm X, where he says, you need to be careful to trust white people in the revolution. They're certainly the
But the
most
blacks turned
brilliant.
on Malcolm X when he realized he had been lied to about the white people. They turned on him. And some people saying, I don't know, I don't have proof of this, but he was taken out by the blacks when he realized that he had been lied to, that it was not the white man that was holding them down, it's the black people that holding them others black down. But what's wrong with the blacks that they need somebody to feel sorry for them and to help the poor blacks? And why can't they move away and do for themselves? What's wrong with them that you and other whites feel so bad for them? What's wrong with them? Why can't
I,
they
I,
make it?
my activism, as I said, is not born out of pity. It's
No,
born
I'm
out of a
asking you
sense
why.
of
I'm
justice.
asking you why are they so pitiful? Why are the blacks
No,
so
I don't.
pitiful?
Well, I don't know who you socialize with, but I do not see black people as pitiful.
You
I
are. They
see that
complain about the police. They complain that they can't make it. Somebody else holding them down. They complain about everything. And they need some white woman or some white man or somebody white to come in and save them. What's wrong with them that they need that from white people or anyone? Why can't they just get up and do for themselves? What's wrong with the blacks?
I mean, you know the answer to that if you were being perfectly
What's the
honest, and
answer to
that is
that?
that
What's
the whole system is against black people. I mean, I even see that the whole and so they don't need white people. They just need for the system to be dismantled, and that's what
Why?
I
They
try
just
to
need
do.
to get up and do for. Why they need a system to be dismantled for them to get up and do for themselves? That doesn't make sense. Why do you feel sorry for the blacks?
I don't. I've just said to you 100 times, I don't do that. It's a
So
systemic
why are you being such a
exclusion.
mama to them? Why don't you tell them get up off their butts, stop
Oh my God.
complaining, and stop thinking that white people are superior to them and do for themselves? Why don't you tell them that rather than momming them? Oh, there, baby. I know you can't make it. This system is against you. Why do you mama the blacks instead of showing them real love?
What would real love be to you? Perhaps I should turn the tables because
For them to get
your
up and do
propaganda
for
is
themselves and stop complaining.
there's a systemic problem. Actually, I mean, actually, the interesting thing is that the Trump government, which obviously you kneel down to and support, is very interesting in how he's navigating the politics of race in America, because he's removing the great works of scholars like James Baldwin from school libraries and in certain states. That's telling you that the system is against people, that they can't even read the work of African Americans.
But that's not true what you said about the great white hope, Donald Trump. They call Donald Trump king. Did you know that?
No,
You
I
know, they
don't
call him
really.
king in the United States. They have rallies around the country calling Donald Trump king. They call him daddy. I call him the great white hope. But he's trying to make America great again and not so divided with all the lies about slavery and the white man holding the black man down. He's making it great again. And I'm
No, what
really
he,
happy to do it. But you didn't tell me what's wrong with the blacks, that they need to be saved by white women and liberal white men. What's wrong with the blacks? Tell me that.
well, I reject your entire framing of that. And there's nothing wrong with black people.
Then why do
What's
they
wrong is
need people like you to come and just feel so bad for them? So this until you identify your you disassociate with your whole culture and you taking on the black way. You know that's bad. What's wrong with the blacks?
there's absolutely nothing wrong
Well, why do
with
they need
black
so? Why
people.
do they need you and other white people to save them?
They definitely don't. Actually, the concept of a white savior is atrocious and something I don't subscribe to. I'm not sure what political literature you've read or political um, information you have, but I think we're very much on different sides. And when Donald Trump speaks about making America great, he just wants to make America white again. You
No,
know that.
I wish that were
But
true because we need white people to stand up and wake up. Because if the white people continue to let the blacks intimidate them and destroy everything, a whole America is going to become a ghetto. I remember when Barack Obama ran for president. You know Barack Obama? You know who that is?
I think I might have vaguely heard about him.
Yeah.
Thank you.
When he became president, I told the blacks, don't vote for Barack Obama because he will turn America into a ghetto. Lo and behold, they voted for him, and Barack turned America into a ghetto, and it's only gotten worse. So we need white people to keep things going because the blacks don't know how to do it. Do you agree with that?
Look, I'm really enjoying this because I didn't know it was a comedy show. I've never really been interviewed on such a format. No, completely. Um,
What do you mean
I,
by
would- I think you should be. I think you'd enjoy the Afrikaners that came to America, and I hope you interact with them. Perhaps you should interview one of them, and then you can just see what value white people would add to America. Because we're very grateful that we've got rid of some racist Americans who are now enjoying America. May you enjoy them too, because you'll see the caliber of people and the hatred they have for black people.